If you decide to make more SCPs, you could probably make Shy Guy from an Enderman. It's obvious that he has to make Shy Guy because we have Enderman. Would it be possible to make SCP-096? Enderman in Can you make SCP-096 with an Enderman? You should make a pack using Minecraft given stuff. You can make SCP-096 I'm assuming you use the Enderman. You can probably edit the Enderman to be SCP-096 is the Enderman. Gets to the Enderman. Bro, 096 is the Enderman. Wrong. Let me explain. First of all, SCP-096 is a person, sort of, who is very ashamed of his face. Don't look at me, I'm idiot! He will sit down and cry all day 24/7, but if anyone sees his face, he will get a little bit upset. He will start screaming and shaking until he starts hunting whoever saw his face. And when that happens, nothing can stop him until whoever saw his face is dead. It doesn't matter if you saw his face directly through a YouTube video or if it was 4 pixels in a random photo you found online. You will die. Now what does the Enderman do? Well, he's pretty chill until you look him in the eyes and he gets angry and tries to kill you. So understandably, people assumed I was just gonna turn him into SCP-096, just like how I turned Creaking into SCP-173. But I won't, because these two have a very distinct difference. This guy can teleport. Now I'm sure there will be some people in the comments telling me how I can use commands to disable his teleport, and you know what? I appreciate it. Just like how I appreciate you all telling me I was wrong in the Creaking video. But since I couldn't come up with a way to do it, which mob will I use? Well, before I tell you, this video is sponsored by me. I am very grateful that you guys like this video so much. I mean, wow, it has 35,000 views as of writing this script. It was a miracle to make it to 500 subscribers for me, but now I'm almost 1,000 above that. Thank you. And I mean that. Thank you. I'm just a guy doing silly projects and you guys watching them is all I could ever ask. Wow. That was kinda cheesy, wasn't it? Hey look, the video is resuming. So who will I be using to make SCP-096? SCP-096 has a specific mechanic. He always knows where his target is. So no matter where you hide, he will know. What other mob does that? I said no Enderman, the Zombified Piglin. If you ever accidentally hit a Zombified Piglin before, you know that no matter how far, other Zombified Piglins will immediately start beelining for you, even if they don't see you. So here is how I use that to turn the Zombified Piglin into SCP-096. I've already done some stuff, like the modeling, and I've also already coded a small data pack where it holds some animations. Now, of course, these animations are a bit choppy. I will make them smoother using that one plugin for blockments when I learn to use the damn thing. But for now, if I execute as all entities tag equals SCP-096, run function rise, he will rise and he will start chasing. I might tweak a few things with the model, but this is it for now. And if I do sit, he will sit down and start crying again. The way I've done this is I have a bunch of models that keep changing on an armor stand, which probably very inefficient. Maybe it would be better to just do it with the plugin, I don't know. So how do we detect when I'm looking at his face? This guy would be a good idea, but there is a problem. You can't really detect when this guy is being looked at. The only way that you can detect when this guy is being looked at is by the fact that he stops moving. And I don't know how to detect that. Brain memories, empty.
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
I don't see any tags that can help me with detecting when that guy is frozen. One way I did think of doing this is sort of like this. Then this guy is not allowed, well, he is moving just a little bit, but he's not allowed to. Even if I make him mad, he can't move right now because the Creaking is riding him and the Creaking is controlling its movements. But if I look away, he will be able to chase me. I don't know how to detect if he can't move. To use this as a detection, I would first have to make them immobile anyway, so I can check for movement. I had no idea how to do it. I remember seeing a comment talking about a property, or rather a predicate in Minecraft called looking at. So alongside with the animations right here, I've also created a custom predicate called example.json, which checks to see if the player is looking at an armor stand with the tag target. So if I summon an armor stand, tags target, and I do /execute, if predicate example does test passed, but if I'm looking outside of it hurt box, test failed. And this is something that works even with blocks in front of it. I don't know if it works with glass. Does it work with glass? No, it does not work with glass, unfortunately. So it's not really as good as the creaking, but it works to some degree. So how do we do this, right? I'm gonna summon this pigman, who is going to be invisible. You can't see him, but he is here, and we are going to do the same thing that we did last time. There we go. I don't know why he has no gravity and he's just floating. Now he's crying. How do we detect if I look at his face? There is a very cool entity that Mojang has added semi-recently. It's been in the game for quite a while now, but it's very useful. It's called the interaction entity. Now, I just summoned an interaction and nothing happened, is what I would say. If I open hitboxes, you can see there's this tiny... The snow is not helping. You can see I summoned this little hitbox right here. It's a hitbox that does nothing, but using my predicate, if I change it to look for entity of type interaction, and let me just remove this for now, and then I execute if predicate SCP-096 example, it will pass the test because I'm looking at this entity right here. So we just have to place an entity on this guy's head, and when I do look at it, he will slowly get mad and rise up and start screaming at me. Anyway, we have the look at detection, but there is a problem. If I'm back here and I run the test, it would still pass. I think that if I do this, test passed contents, it's probably the armor stands, aren't they? So if I do all entities of type player, Y rotation 0, it's gonna give me nothing because my Y rotation is not 0. But if I do this, kind of like the distance one where I do minus 45 all the way to 45, that should get 90 degrees, right? Yeah, that should cover 90 degrees, and if I turn around, it's gonna fail. So that way I can get which direction I'm facing. This is south, so yeah, that is south, and I'm gonna start coding just a wee bit. So now if I reload, scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, facing, as I spin around, my value changes from 0 all the way to 3, with 0 being south, 1 being west, 2 being north, and 3 being east. So now we just have to compare these. If this guy is facing south, in order to see his face, I need to be facing north. And if he is facing east, in order to see his face, I need to be facing west. Basically, we need to be facing in opposite directions for me to see his face. Execute as all players, add ourselves, if predicate looked at SCP-096, and if score at S facing matches 3, and if score all entities SCP-096 facing matches 1. For now, let's just say egg. So if I don't look at him, nothing happens, but if I look at him, the chat gets filled with egg. And if I'm back here and I look at him this way, nothing happens until I turn this way. It's not perfect because I can still do this. I'm technically still seeing his face right here, but it doesn't detect that. But here it works. Now that I have the hit detection, I need to get him to get mad. So how do I do that? First of all, we play the animation rise, and then he gets up and he starts running. Data modify entity, all entities SCP-096, angry at from entity at S UUID. Set. Okay, yeah, set. So now if I also change him from no AI to value 0. Oh yeah, there he comes. He's chasing me. Look at him go. It doesn't kill me instantly. I'm gonna change that in a bit. But yeah, I can manually make him angry at me. So first of all, another comment that I got was that instead of giving it effects, I should use /attribute. So attribute, this guy, the miracles 1, attack damage, base set, let's do 100. Yep. It just straight up kills me. Let's do movement speed, right? Because he is fast. Let's try 50. See how he moves. Whoa. Let's try 5. Oh, he's still pretty fast. Look at him go, look at him go. Let's do one. Oh, oh, here he is. He's still kind of going crazy. Oh, I know people are saying, were saying in the 173 video that I made him too slow. I will try to make him fast again, but as you can see, mobs cannot handle it all that well. Oh, now he's fast. Maybe I'll keep it at 1. I think that should be all. I think now all I do is give him some sounds. Again, I'm gonna code this in the top of the pack. Not gonna show you all that because it's obviously gonna be very boring. Make him get angry when you look at him, make him do the animation, make some sounds, and I'll be back when I'm done. For you, it's gonna be like 2 seconds. For me, it's gonna be like probably 3 hours. So see you later.
1 eternity later.
Whoops, did I say 3 hours? I meant the entire day. I'm done. Anyway, similarly to the SCP-173 data pack, you have trigger summon SCP-096. Here he is. He's back there. And he is crying. Now this only works in survival. If you're in creative, you can't anger him. But as you can see, I can look at him. Everything's fine until you come from this side and he gets angry. This is a placeholder. I will obviously make him shake in the improved animations version. But for now, he just stands there while he winds up. I'm gonna hide back here. He doesn't know I'm here, but you see, he will know where I am. See, he's coming straight for me. And his pathfinding is still not the best, but as you saw, he then sits back down. I don't know why he does that. Apparently, a zombie pigman, when you take away his AI, he just sits in the air. And yes, he does take account for multiple people on the server at once. He counts how many people has seen his face, and he doesn't come down until he's killed just as many people. So, yeah, that is my SCP-096 data pack. I just remembered, I forgot to make him break blocks.
3,000 years later.
Tested out the mechanic, it didn't quite work. As you can see, he kept digging himself into a hole. Either way, what I'm trying to do is code this guy for my SCP Containment Breach data pack. So if you want to know how this SCP Containment Breach data pack goes and get updates on how many SCPs I've added and stuff, you can subscribe and maybe follow my Twitter because I post there a little bit more regularly than YouTube. And if you like this video, leave a like and comment which SCP do you think I should do next. But for now, I added SCP-096 into the game. You can download him in the description. I might tweak a few things in the final version. But for now, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.